You're both here once more. Can you guess what's happened? Surely by now you know the signs. Or perhaps you can simply guess from how utterly giddy I am. Take a look. All your work has not been for naught. This last starstone you discovered has given the Weaver just what she needed to mend another portion of the tapestry. Another tantalizing tidbit of long-lost history awaits us. Another piece of your story is ours to discover. Oh, how very thrilling.
For millennia, the God Box was flanked by the two devoted guardians. But Astarte's playmate, a creature called the Trife, turned her attention to the forbidden box. I may know a way to destroy what's inside, hissed the scheming creature. Together, we can set the Guardians free. Open its lid, Astarte, and we can have a look together. Astarte trusted her friend and assented. She pitied the Guardians and welcomed a chance to free them. Let me help you, she whispered into the ear of one. I know your duty, but you both deserve a chance at freedom. Haven't you suffered enough of this chore? She asked the other. Look, your companion is free already. The Guardians, unaccustomed to such attention, started. She had planted a seed of curiosity within them, rekindled a desire that had, for eons, lain dormant. Slowly, they glanced at one another, and the Trife's trap was sprung.
Has a nice ring to it, doesn't it?
Source Hunter, I have heard the tale of Prontua, a mortal who promised the god she would always fetch their water. She was driven mad by the unchanging task far before the god's thirst was quenched. Do you not find it strange that the gods would allow mortals to volunteer for such responsibilities? It gives me great pain to hear this, Source Hunter. How can life thrive where there is no freedom? If it is as you say, this is very troubling.
We were seduced then, tricked into neglecting our duty for the briefest of moments.
All we did was glance at one another. If that's a sin, there's not an innocent in all the world.
True enough. We seem to be quite blameless for whatever may have transpired in the aftermath.
I salute you, my master. Other elementals lie in wait until with a word you command them to action. Which one of them, pray, has your preference? And that is your final choice?
Yes, it is.
Yes, indeed. That is our final choice.
Thy will be done.
Straight to the void? Doom! Has a nice ring to it, doesn't it? Aye, aye, Captain.
Good gods, what an infernal heat!
Feels like we've landed inside the heart of the sun.
dearest guardians. How I rejoice at the sight of your growth, both in power and in prowess. And yet I cannot help but wonder, will it ever be enough? Will you craft yourselves once more into the warriors that you were? Oh, in the end you are like infants still, infants that would perish with a broken wail had they not their mother's milk to suckle. But you always were like children, weren't you? As are we all in the eyes of the gods. And yet they set an impossible task before you, then blamed you when you failed. How foolish even the divines can be, how lacking in compassion.
Do you feel like a child, being kept in the dark about so many things?
I guess we'll have to find more Starstone and grow up.
You! What radiance burns from your being? Enough to scorch even the likes of me, I find. And that is no small feat. Most impressive, yes, most impressive indeed. Why, I am a soldier of fire. And does this landscape not befit me? I have lived here for eons, since the first great peace, when the world as your kind know it was first secured. We were invited here by a great leader, I believe. Yes, a leader, I'm sure it was. The details, they crumble like ash when I try to grasp them in truth. But the radiance of that time has never left me. Victory, blazing victory, adorned our heads like a crown of glorious flames. I'm sure one as radiant as yourself must understand exactly what I mean. What do I know? Ha! Fire magic is me, and I am it. A far better question is, what would you like to know? Take care, my friend. Those who blaze brightly may find themselves targeted by darkness. What radiance burns from your being? Enough to scorch even the likes of me, I find. And that is no small feat. Most impressive, yes, most impressive indeed. Take care, my...
There is magic to this place, isn't there? No matter how forlorn it seems.
There is magic, but it is not so much forlorn as it is dormant. I trust the source hunters and their star stones will stir it from its slumber.
I confidently will. They must. The alternative is unthinkable.
a spark it takes to zap a human to vapor.
Good to see you on the shelter plane. A home away from home, is it not? It shall be my pleasure. I think he is an ancient being, so very old he outstrips the gods in their longevity. I think he used to be one with the void, that he used to roam freely through a universe that knew no creation. Perhaps that is why, I conjecture, he may well regard all that is as an abomination as terrifying as we hold the void to be. Time is a transgression most contemptible in his eyes. Space, mere savagery. We know what he did. He befriended Astarte and fed her curiosity until it became so agitated with the need to know what rested in the God Box that she herself, this creature of unadulterated purity, turned to deception. He longs for a return to a pre-creational state, for the death of the gods, for the nothingness in which he was born. At least, that is my highly educated guess.
I wonder how much of a spark it takes to zap a human to vapor.
Have you seen my magic box? It's got all kinds
How might
of...
I serve our mission?
Tell me, my friend, have you heard any recent prophecies regarding the... what was it again? Oh yes, the so-called damned one.
Not lately, Master Imp. Indeed, I very much fear that until the...
Beware of the lost ones out there, Wanderer. Their blood is impure.
So good of you to drop by, my liege. As always, be welcome.
Look, there, a portal.
Should we find out where it leads to?
I've got my eyes on the prize. peaceful wood. The caterwauling of cultists was making me ill.
Luculla seems fairly infested with Immaculates. I wouldn't count on a long respite. What have you got stashed in here, Mrs. Cottontail?
Since the inclusion of these waypoint shrines in our procedures, this Immaculate village has increased its production of Bloodstone more than 5-fold. Remember, time is of the absolute essence, for the goddess hour is nigh.
Don't look at me like that. It's not as though I'm enjoying this.
distance, you might spot the most ancient testament to the endurance of the Immaculate Way, the Grand Temple. Master Mangoth is inside, performing a sacred ritual now. Listen closely, young initiates, and perhaps you can hear the faint yelping sound of a starstone being transformed into bloodstone. Taking the beauty around you, young initiates, does it not pulsate with life? And we, its master, we, its inheritor, by giving its energy unto us, we satisfy the goddess's great craving for balance.
I can only hope this might be a magpie's nest. Sigurd's beard, what a find!
Within this cave, my children, are the trials overcome and the reward granted. The goddess is no facile mistress, but we are each and all her doting offspring, and she rewards us in kind. And upon this hill's peak, the intrepid traveler will find that same trial of initiation that brought him into our fold. Rejoice that he may revisit the goddess's bane. And here, young initiates, witness an overgrowth of Brivelonus anticoagula. Its leaves can be crushed into a beautifully helpful blood-thinning agent that can halve the number of minutes it takes to drain a heifer.
Don't look at me like that. It's not as though I'm enjoying this. There's a portal on that segregated chamber.
It shouldn't be too much trouble to reach, should it?
destroy you, and may their fine fluff smother you to hell itself. Just you wait. Armies of faithful flocks are waiting to attend my every whim. They'll make short work of you, intruder. The sovereign of the ovine hordes need not answer your every query. Be gone with you, or I'll send you the way of my corpse into parts mysterious and vile. I sent that mouldering nuisance into the darkest wood of all, where such filth is welcome. If you be as fascinated by haunted trees and strange floating words as was my body, I suggest you make your way to the Phantom Forest too. Don't tell me you've got a penchant for stardust too. Reeking fools are all alike. All the better! The regiment of rams will be here any moment.
Hail, Immaculate. Clever you must be to have made it to this place of forgotten knowledge. Can you not see the essence of the goddess about me? I am the eternal Immaculate Spirit, guardian of the goddess's good news. I guard these 3 eternal tomes of wisdom, proclaimed too powerful for the average student. The Immaculates of old sealed their knowledge within this maze, and only they who could prove clever enough to find them would be permitted to access their secrets. And now you have managed to pry open this tomb of knowledge. You are entitled to one of these arcane books, but only one, traveler. Choose wisely.
Since the inclusion of these waypoint shrines in our procedures, this immaculate village has increased its production of bloodstone more than 5-fold. Remember, time is of the absolute essence, for the goddess hour is nigh.
Source Hunters! This is it! Sacred Stone! The seat of Attenborough! This must be where the Dark One has taken Jarrett. We must be stealthy. If Jarrett was taken by surprise, there is no telling what sort of subtle evil might find us here.
Goddess's way, young initiates, is not always easy. At times it may seem the goddess asks too much. At times it will seem that the sacrifices she demands are unfair, inhumane. But we of the Immaculate Faith must believe in her wisdom. We must trust that she does not name lost ones arbitrarily. No. We must remember that a lost one's energy is not its own, but belongs to the more enlightened beings around it. In this way, the sacrifice of the lost one sanctifies and enhances the community. The lost one redeems itself in the greater good. Now, note that the goblin's blood runs red.
Oh!
Money bags, ready to empty those pockets.
Imbecile! Was your father a drunken hog? That's no way to greet a customer!
Sorry, boss. Sorry. Won't happen again. Hello? Valiant hero? How can I help you?
Talk to me, apprentice, if you wish to browse the wares. That nincompoop needs the practice. Do you hear that, you boob? You need the practice!
Greetings! Feel free to browse our wares. Highest quality equipment at the lowest prices, you know. That's right. How do you think I'm doing? I'm starting to get the hang of the operation. But my master's a tough bloke to please. Yes, but not
nearly so irritable as some of my kinfolk, I've embraced the goddess, and along with her, proper civilization. And here I thought you were one of us. Well, stick around long enough, and you'll be put to good use, that's for certain. This here's an Immaculate village, see? Sacred stone by name. A place where every devotee of the goddess, orc, goblin, and man alike can seek enlightenment and honor Immaculate practices away from prying eyes. Plenty! Tenebrium is one of the goddess's many gifts to her children. My master's teaching me how to craft the stuff into the most powerful weapons yet known in Riverland. You small, squishy human types gotta be extra careful, though. The goddess gift comes with a bit of a special kick for your kind. Not the easiest audience, that's for sure. But when it comes to handling the goddess's gift, one's gotta have the highest standards. After all, he's only hit me 3 or 4 times. I think he likes me.
How's it going on your side,
You can't be serious.
I'm just making a bit of pleasant conversation.
Pleasant for who? Say, you can't undersize you.
What a deluge!